we've heard about having a framework, we've heard about having the awareness campaign, and of course, we've heard about the threats. Sabi nga sa security, it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And I'm very excited for all the collaborations kasi we are really prepared in the government. So, while we are being prepared, of course, there's also a question of how to stay resilient. Diba? So, kanina sabi ko, three things lang yung nasa isip ng business. So, earn money, grow my business, and grow my profit, and of course, sustain. Sustain, growing the business, sustain, earning profit. So, my question now for Mr. Alex is that, if you could share how the businesses can stay resilient in this world of cyber threats.
Thank you. So for that one, maybe I'll remove my product and business hat and wear my operation hat. So before moving to this role, so I used to head technical groups of PLDT under the Cybersecurity Operation Group. No? So we eat breaches and threats for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even midnight snack. So in terms of being resilient for organization, my take is that because most of the organization that I've been talking to, they have this, I should say, false sense of security that if they have security controls in place, maybe a firewall, an IDS, or an endpoint security, they're already secure. But again, I want to highlight that's a false sense of security because you have to look at cybersecurity on an end-to-end perspective. So, as a best practice, what I could say is that organizations should veer away already from the usual reactive, predictive, and detective stuff and move the needle to a proactive cybersecurity approach, which is more on the predictive and responsive capability. So I will even extrapolate that because Jen mentioned about the evolving threat landscape, right? So way back 5 years ago, maybe 2018, it's more intended on a network layer infrastructure attack. But came pandemic for the obvious reason that all of us are working from home remotely. We are exposed to the internet. The attack shifted to ransomware, targeting the most vulnerable members of our organization, which is our employee. So they said that the weakest link in any cyber kill chain is our employees or our people, but I beg to disagree to that. With proper training and awareness, I think they are force multiplier and they are our first line of defender. So extrapolating the predictive and responsive capability with the new threat on ransomware and a lot of breaches happening around now, I will elevate that, I should say, to an adaptive security. So all organizations right now, not just in the private sector, but in the government, should move to that adaptive security. Maybe with the help of new technologies like AI and ML, right? So we have to automate our cybersecurity processes. So that's my take. And I like the PLDT is fully supporting, GoDigital on this vision. I like what Henry said about, collaboration between, ASEC mentioned about collaboration between the public and the private sector, right? Because they said that, cybersecurity professionals are scarce in the Philippines and worldwide, it's true. But I should say with the recent experiences that I have, we have some of the best CISOs in the Philippines, talented CISO. Joey Rufo of Union Bank is here, right? So, you just have to talk to each other because our adversary are talking to each other. If the government plus the private sector, banking institution, telco like us, other enterprises like Charles, right? We collaborate together, share our best practices, share our knowledge and expertise, then government, with the help of the government, we will defend as one. And we will have a safer Philippine cyberspace. So that's for me.
Thank you, Mr. Alex. So basically, again, if we could laymanize cybersecurity in business, right, it's really operating in trust. right? So just like in banking, we operate in trust. So SME is also business of trust. Without trust, there is no business.